guys, Zack here, and welcome back to the Exit the Game, the Intergalactic Race Advent Calendar unboxing thing. So, in the previous day we did day 19, today we are on day 20. Day 20 I think is going to be interesting. I have no idea what day 20 is going to entail, but we are going to rip out the calendar sheet as per usual. So, or rather not as per usual because I've had a couple of days now where I'm not supposed to do that. But we're going to do it today because that's what it's set to do. Okay, in any case, alright, 20th of December. You lean back in your seat, relieved and also a little proud. You actually managed it, albeit with a rather rustic methods. That was a close shave. As it remains close, and it remains close because after the evasive maneuver you had finally run out of fuel. You barely reached the space gas station. Toss lets out a sigh of relief and glides down the gas pump. Done. You quickly get out and grab the nozzle, but nothing happens. Not a single drop comes out. I'm really sorry, mumbles the gas station attendant who had just come out of his sales booth. 15 minutes ago, a customer bought the entire supply. Everything. I've never seen anything like it. Put a lot of money on the counter and had all the fuel filled into canisters. I was surprised he didn't fill up a vehicle. But of course, it's none of my business. Thus looks at you. Sabotage, he says darkly. And I wouldn't be surprised if it was that same person who shot laser beams at us before. What did the guy look like? The gas station attendant shrugs his shoulders. I'm not even sure if it was a man or a woman. They had a coat closed all the way up, and he just whispered quietly, "Sorry, what do we do? What do we do now?" You asked Klaus worriedly. Well, there's nothing else forward. We shall brew our own fuel. It's not exactly rocket science. We can find everything we need on the shelves in the store. I just need to remind myself which ingredients to mix together. Please turn the page to open door 20 before you'll find two rail cars, S1, S2. And these are the ingredients in question. So we gotta figure out what to do with these. Well, some of these have numbers on them, some of them don't. No, okay, oh, I understand. Some of these have numbers on them, some of them have arrows on them. So we gotta figure out which ones to get. Okay, so I'm assuming once I open door 20, which is up here, they will teach me how to do it. Aha! Oh, this is the gas station door that was on the back of this thing. Yeah, there's a gas. This is the example that they give. Okay, it's kind of clever. All right. I think it's just telling me that the gas station's about. Okay, so we're going to use the cards it gives me. Okay. Path always follows the direction of the arrows until the next bottle. Keep checking the color scheme for instructions. Code: the first pink, the fifth yellow, the third green. So okay, so oh. Okay, so I have a rough idea. unfortunately, I have no idea how to actually proceed with this one. So, I kind of have a rough idea-ish. Essentially what it's given me is, this is the color scheme that it wants me to do. And then I have the instructions. Oh. Oh, I have a rough idea, but I don't have the full story. I'm gonna check. Just get my handy dandy book. Yeah, no, I've grasped that. That doesn't help me. Okay, now I understand. So, I go until I hit a bottle. Alright, now I understand a little bit better. Okay. So I go until I hit a bottle. So, first and foremost, that means the first color scheme is 8. That's already in the position it needs to be. Then I look at the color scheme. Yellow. The issue is that takes me to the end. There's no color for the end. Oh, I see. No, I'm doing it wrong. I'm following the arrows around. Okay. So, down, left. That's the first one. Right, so I gotta keep track of the yellows. Okay, so I'm on one yellow, one green. 2 yellows, 2 green, I'm already done with pink, 3 yellow, 3 green, that's 4. Yellow. Okay, that's easy enough. My code is 874. Star Elda. Oh, this is the other one that I couldn't figure out which one was which. Okay. This is the other one from the other day that I couldn't figure out whether or not it was the right one or not. Okay. Okay, I understand now. It is Star L Diamond? Yeah. Okay, now we write a 21 on that door. Okay. Okay, so this one was a little bit confusing to figure out at the start. 21. And this is the door that's got stuff sticking out of it, so we'll be doing that one tomorrow and fixing that door. Thank God. Okay. But in any case, to explain what I did, it's not actually that complicated. I was just not understanding what it actually wanted me to do. Once I figured out what it actually wanted me, because the thing is, the instructions are kind of sort of clear. It explains that you follow the path, always follows the direction of the arrows until the next bottle. Keep checking the color scheme for instructions, and then the code is whatever these bottles are. When you actually have followed it all the way around. So you end on the 7. You do each path about 5 times, and then you keep checking this. You start as essentially every non-bottle ingredient has an arrow attached to it, while every bottle ingredient is when you flip to another board. That is what I didn't understand. So you follow it around to the first one, that's to the first pink, that's 8, then it tells you to go to yellow, and then you follow yellow, and then you just keep doing that 3 times until you do the green. And then once you've done the green 3 times, once you've done 3 greens and have gotten your 3rd green for your final code, you then continue to flip between them. You eventually get to the 5th yellow, and that's the one, and that's 7, which is on the spot for the finish. So you're supposed to end on that one. Okay. So it's a little confusing to figure out at first, but once I figured out you were supposed to flip between the shelves, that helped out tremendously. So I did enjoy that puzzle, but it did take a few minutes for me to figure out what I was supposed to do with it. So I did have to unfortunately read the hint book for that to figure out where to start. So unfortunately that's been some of those. Unfortunately, some of these have been like really simple puzzles that once you've read the hint book and it explains, do this to start the puzzle, that is how you're able to do it. But I've been struggling with a couple of the simpler puzzles where it's not super clear where to start. And then there's a couple where it takes a couple of minutes where it's like, oh, I kind of grasped the concept, but I need to figure out how to actually solve it so I can get the puzzle. There's been a couple of those where it's been like 15 minutes to a half an hour for me to solve them. Not because I looked in the hint booklet or anything like that, but because they just take a while to figure out and solve. Like this one, this one was kind of the exact opposite. I grasped the concept immediately, but didn't understand the actual mechanic of the puzzle, which was that you flip every time you find a bottle. So yeah, now I understand that. That was easy enough. But in any case, that's gonna do her for today's episode of the Intergalactic Race. We're going to stick this in the door. And then we got a couple of days left. Not many. Day 21, day 22 will be this weekend. I record, I record these the day before, so that they're ready to go up the day of. But so I'm a day ahead of what you guys are actually seeing. Essentially, but that's essentially what happens. Is I record these the day before, upload them, and I'm currently just doing math in my head about when they're going up. Like I will be recording the final episode, I believe, on a Monday, or a Tuesday, because I know Christmas is on a Thursday. I'm pretty sure, so I'm pretty sure I record this on a Tuesday. I think. For the final episode, just doing some math in my head, basically. But yeah, honestly, that's gonna do it for today. I think. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed this. But in any case, thanks everybody so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, be sure to follow me on Twitter and Blue Sky. Links are down in the description below for that. Be sure to go and, of course, to check out my Patreon, my Discord links are down in the description for those. I usually hang out in there. I usually do watch-alongs. I also have a Minecraft Realm server over there if you want to go and hang out and do that. Of course, be sure to go and check out my second channel where I post video essays. I would appreciate if you would go and do that and support that. I put a lot of work into those. I would appreciate that. Go check that out. Of course, be sure to go and check out my videos linked in the end screen as well. If you haven't seen any of those yet, top video is the most recent video. May or may not be this video. Whereas the bottom video is the video recommended to you, but it's what you've already seen from me. So if you want to try something new or see more of what you like, be sure to check both those out. And of course, you want to support what I do, be sure to check out my Patreon where you can support both channels. But in any case, thank you guys so much for watching. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!